Welcome to Oddsjet.com and our roundup of the outlier odds values to be found across Europe's top leagues this weekend. Now in a moment I'll use our exclusive premium bet finder tool to instantly show you the bets where top paying bookies are offering significant outlier odds value relative to the middle of the market. Oddsjet.com has a unique format for super quick and private odds comparison. But comparing odds means very little if all the bookies have the same odds for all the results. The difference is our premium bet finder tool instantly shows you the bets where odds values really diverge in a big way, so you can actually find where the extra value might exist. So let's get started in England with the Premier League. Now you can find the premium bet finder tool near the top of your display, and if I slide it all the way up to 15% plus, we can see that there's 15% plus more value for an away win for Bournemouth at Etihad. The Cherries picked up their first 3 points of the season, beating Burnley 2-1 last weekend, but now face a Man City team they've never beaten either home or away. However, their new manager Iraola was brought in specifically for his record against the big teams in LaLiga. Can they get another win this weekend in Manchester? If you think they can, then there's 15% plus more potential profit to be found at the top paying bookie compared to the medium bookie, aka the middle of the market. Now, if I dial the premium bet finder tool back down to 10% plus, we see several more potentially interesting results highlighted, with home wins for Manchester City and Sheffield United, and draws at Etihad and the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. City thrashed the Cherries 4-0 in this fixture last season, and if you think they'll win again, or that the Blades can get their first win of the season against Wolves, or if you fancy the games at Etihad and Spurs finishing all square, then there's a significant divergence in value and therefore potential profit for these results. Next, let's head over to Spain and La Liga. Now, as you can see, if I max out the premium bet finder tool to 15% plus, we see an away win for Rayo Vallecano highlighted. Rayo are currently in 8th and head to the Bernabeu with Real on top of the league with 10 wins from their last 11 league games. However, Rayo beat Los Blancos 3-2 last season and recently approved a really tricky team for them. Can Rayo take all 3 points this weekend? If you think so, then there's at least 15% plus more potential value to be found between the top and middle bookies. Interestingly, if I then drop the premium bet finder tool down to 11% plus, we see an away win for Cadiz highlighted. The Yellow Submarines have taken just 2 points from their last 5 games and sit 2 places below their opponents Getafe in the table. Last season this fixture ended in a draw, but Cadiz do have a history of winning in Getafe, with their last win here in just 2021, and Getafe are without a win since mid-September. Can Cadiz take all 3 points? If you think they can, then there's 11% plus more profit to be found for bets on that to happen. Meanwhile, over in Italy and the world of Serie A, if we slide the premium bet finder tool up to 14% plus, then we can see that there's a divergence in value for a bet on an away win for Lecce and a home win for Salernitana. Lecce are currently mid-table with just 2 points from their last 5 games, and they've never won in Rome. Could this weekend change all that? If you think they can get a win, or that bottom club Salernitana can get their first win of the season in Naples, then there's 14% plus more potential profit to be made. Now, if I drop the premium bet finder tool back down to 10% plus, we see an away win for Udinese at the San Siro highlighted. After a difficult start to the season, Udinese's form is slowly starting to turn, and they travel to a Milan team who have dropped 5 points in the last 2 games. If you fancy Udinese to get their first win of the season at San Siro this weekend, then there's 10% plus more potential profit to be made for that bet. Finally, we head to Germany and the Bundesliga. Dial up the premium bet finder tool to 15% plus and we see some good potential value for Eintracht Frankfurt to get a win on the road. Frankfurt have taken 7 points from their last 3 games and travel to a Berlin team who have lost 10 games on the bounce. If you fancy Frankfurt to win, then there's 15% plus more value for that bet. And if we drop the premium bet finder tool down to 11% plus, we see there's some potential profit for a bet on Werder Bremen beating Wolfsburg. Now, Bremen may sit 4 places below Wolfsburg in the table, but they earned a decent win last weekend against Berlin and travelled to a Wolfsburg team who have lost 4 of their last 5. If you think they can take all 3 points here, then there's 11% plus more value for that bet. So, as you can see, there are plenty of potentially interesting results across Europe this weekend where there is compelling outlier odds value to be found. Be sure to smash a like on the video, subscribe to our channel and tell us about any other leagues you'd like us to cover. Regulations do prevent us from showing you which bookies have the top odds here for each result. So head on over to oddsjet.com to give the premium bet finder a try for yourself before you find the best odds for your results of interest. It's available on match odds for every league that we cover, plus plenty of popular outright winner markets where the outlier values can be even more significant. Well, that's all for now, but as always, please play responsibly.